Hey, it's Francis, people. The markets are ruthless. You know that. You've stood there, you've been in trades, and you have seen how ruthless the markets can be. They don't care about your emotions. They don't care about your trading plan, your feelings, your plan to succeed for that day, your vision of becoming whatever you want to be in the future. The markets do not care. And most people, especially beginners, get swallowed up by this chaos, except the few that rise above. And you might say, well, how can I do that? This is so frustrating. I watch video after video, I try strategy after strategy, etc. But it's more than that. It's more than that. And how do you master this? By mastering something which is far more powerful than the markets themselves, people. Now, today I'm going to reveal something that has really, really transformed the way that I trade and will transform the way that you trade overnight. You've ever seen those things where people say you can change your life within 3 months and things like that? If you get to work and you're really, really disciplined on yourself, that is actually true. But these lessons will instantly start to change the way that you think. They've stood the test of the time, and they're going to help you conquer the biggest obstacles that you get within your trading, and you're going to become profitable. I can tell you that right now. Again, as always, we know that these things take work. There is no kind of crazy shortcut around the corner. This isn't about strategists. It's not about shortcuts. It's a different type of video that I speak about. It's about transforming the mindset. Now, if you're ready to start fighting the markets and obviously start mastering yourself, I've got plenty of videos on psychology, from me being a professional athlete to dealing with the ups and the downs and what it takes for you to really be a success. And trading is very, very hard. So what I'm going to do on this short video, I'm going to run over some key points that have allowed me and helped me through philosophy and faith, whatever faith you may be, that will help you with trading. So let's dive straight into it. So if you've ever felt crushing weight, etc., uncertainty around trading, the fear of losing and the greed of chasing profits, you're not alone. This happens to absolutely everybody who starts trading, and even people who are still trading and taking payouts like myself. We still have to deal with these problems. So we need something higher than us. We need a why. If you've never read the book, Start With Why by Simon Sinek, that is about your why needs to be big. Now, I've gone through that process and I needed something more for me. I've got an amazing family, etc. But for me, I found Stoicism and obviously Christianity. And this has taught me the true peace of the outcome and my approach in my trading journey. And I want to cover some points, okay? So the first one, I'm going to speak about Stoicism. Now, Stoicism is all about controlling the controllables, okay? Now, you can't control everything. And what I would say that is, this is the headline for that. Focus on the controllables, okay? And surrender the rest. Focus on the controllables and surrender the rest. Now, what do I mean by that, okay? Now, Marcus Aurelius, etc., they used to have this thing is control what you can and accept that you can't. And as traders, this for me has got to be one of the most important, if not the foundational key skill and rule that I think you should go down, okay? Now, what do I mean by this? Well, you can't control the markets. We know that. You can't control news events. You can't control price action. You can't control whether it's going to be a short or a long or a swing or a scalp or whatever that may be. All you can control is how you prepare to get to the markets. And that's the first step. You must be prepared. If you watch the way that I do my streams in the morning when I trade, couldn't get my words out then. If you come into the morning streams, you will see that I already have my levels, whether that's previous daily high, previous daily low, etc., etc. So that's my pre-plan. I wait for those levels to hit and I don't trade at all. So number one is controlling what you can, and that is obviously preparing your levels. Once you've prepared your levels, number two in there is going to be execute. You can control the execution. It's you who's pressing the buy or the sell. That is what you can control. And then finally, how you react is what you can control in the markets, and how you react on a day-to-day basis with your spouse, with your children, with your work colleagues. How you react is what you control. And then by controlling those three things, okay, my analysis, my entry and exits, and my outlook and how I behave during the trade, that's really going to see how I unfold as a trader and the trade unfolds, regardless of whether it's a winner or a loser. So what you got to do is ask yourself, did I act accordingly to my plan? Because that's what you can control. Did I stick to my risk management? etc.? Did I stick to my entry criteria? And that then gives you freedom and you feel free from that. I had someone say, one of my mentees today keeps getting his stop loss hit. It's too close. So he's not going through the process of pre-analysis and being in control of what he can control. And remember, forget the rest. Now, number two, this might not be for everybody because everybody has a different way of their faith, okay? Mine is Christianity. Now, before you switch off and your ignorance or whatever that may be, for me, it's the guide, okay? It's the game changer. And I've had a very, very successful life from that. Now, I respect all faiths. It's entirely up to you what you do. And if you don't have a faith, I hope that you have something that you follow, okay? Now, in Christianity, it offers this parallel lesson, all right? We've got this trust and surrender. In Matthew 6:3-4, Jesus says, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. That is quite deep. Do not worry about tomorrow, as tomorrow will worry about itself. How many times do you start stressing about tomorrow, or going towards the dentist, or knowing you might get toothache in the future and it's not even here yet? That's like a very, very spiritual thing. So why are you worried about what might happen in the trade 20 minutes from when you've entered? That doesn't make sense. That's like worrying about tomorrow. So pull yourself back in and just say to yourself, well, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 10, 15 minutes or in the next minute. I have no idea, but I'm happy with my execution and then I can get into the trade. That, my friends, is faith over fear. Faith over fear. And that's very, very important that you illustrate that, okay? Now, when you let go of that fear or that loss or that greed and that gains, you trade with faith, all right? And not faith as in the market, but faith within the process and your preparation of what you have been doing for you to trust your edge, okay? And that's you trusting that your discipline is there for you can obviously bear that fruit. It's very, very important, even if it's not immediate. Now, again, if you are a Christian or whatever faith, you know that you have to have a seed before the fruit develops, like a tree, whatever it may be. That's the same with your trading. Your seed is the prep. Your seed is all the work you've done on your edges. So again, it's very, very important that you remember that, okay? Very, very important. And to end that point, I will say faith in process equals freedom from fear. Faith in process equals freedom from fear. Now, the next one I want to speak about is this: humility and responsibility. Okay, you can get lessons from both humility and responsibility. Now, what do I mean by that? Both with Stoicism and Christianity, they teach us humility. In trading, this means accepting losses gracefully. I know what you're going to say. How on earth, friend, can I accept a loss gracefully? I get it. I know what you say. But you know when sometimes it feels so much easier to just accept it, like when you're getting old gracefully. Nobody really wants to get old. But if you don't say to yourself, oh, I'm getting old, and you just concentrate on staying healthy and not worrying about that, you grow old gracefully. Can you accept your losses gracefully? That will come from you obviously doing step 1 and step 2 that I was talking about, and being on your having an edge and being prepped, okay? Now, in Stoicism, Stoics would say, this is outside of my control. A Christian might say God has a plan, even if it's setbacks. So both remind us that losses are not failures. They're just lessons. If something's outside of my control, I can just accept that. If I say the higher almighty has a plan for me, I can just accept that. Okay? They're lessons. How many times did you fall over as a child and just get back up and not think anything of that? How many times has relationships in the past not worked out and you decided that you're just going to try and meet someone new? You may have to develop yourself, which is a big thing that men don't understand. But what I'm saying is you don't just give up. You learn from each mistake. And that's how trading is going to be absolutely massive for you, okay? Then we move on to the responsibility. Now, taking ownership and taking responsibility is a tough, mature trait that takes time, okay? And majority watch on my videos of men, but the women that are watching this as well, women do grow up a lot more quicker than men. And I think it's because they take ownership and responsibility a lot quicker than men. Now, what do I mean by that? I don't mean, oh, well, I've got responsibility, I've got a family, okay? That's a given. You got to do what you got to do. I mean, take responsibility from your personal actions that are sabotaging your life. There's a big, big difference. Now, what can I do? What can you do better? How can I take ownership? So in trading, what we can do is we can journal. Now, I know some people don't want to journal. I'm sorry, my friends. How are you going to get a good trader if you don't journal? I don't care if it's on a platform. I don't care if it's in a notebook. I don't care if you never look at the notes again. I would try and look at the notes again because in a subconscious mindset, okay? But by journaling, it's going to really, really highlight your traits. I think it's a game changer, absolute game changer. Now, at the same time, you are responsible for your actions. Okay, the Bible's principles of stewardship aligns perfectly with trading. And what do I mean by that? You are called to manage what you have been given with wisdom and care. Plan your trades, protect your capital. That is your responsibility. So to simplify that without going too deep into the Bible, plan your trades and protect your capital. It's that simple, my friends. It's that simple, right? And then final point is steps that apply to Stoicism and Christianity in trading, okay? And this is very, very important for me. So how can you bring these teachings into your trading? Okay, how can you bring what I'm just about to say into your trading? And you might not be religious, you might not to be into Stoicism, but I suggest that you do go and get this book here. This is Seneca, the letters, but I suggest you probably start with the Daily Stoic, which is really, really going to help you. Check that out. You get a matching journal, and that will then allow you to then obviously do what you need to do. So when we put all that together, how can we bring that into our training, whether that's Stoicism and Christianity or whatever faith that you are doing? Now, this video is slightly different again, but this is for the people to really, really take to that next level, okay? Here are a few simple steps that I would be doing if I was you, all right? Forget all the flash nonsense that I always talk to you about and the BS, right? Begin with prayer or reflection. Whether that's meditating, whether that's sitting on your own in silence, whether that's prayer, whatever that may be, start your sessions by centering yourself universally, okay? Now, that will help you stay centered. Whether it's prayer, whether it's just a gratitude note, whether it's just meditation, whether it's just sitting in silence, that will really, really bring you into what you're actually doing, right? That really, really helps with gratitude. And that's kind of tip number 2. Both in Stoicism and Christianity, gratitude is transformative. Be thankful for your wins, be thankful for your losses, and be thankful for the way you are growing every day in your trading, okay? Next is another tip, journal your purpose. What do I mean by that? Every session, just journal your thoughts. Ask yourself, did I control what I could have controlled? Did I go by my rules? Was this habit creeping in? Was my new habits reinforcing the principles of my success? Just write those things down. It's very, very easy, okay? And then finally, trade with peace. When one of my mentors, Phil, no, I'm not going to say his last name, but he came in and he said, Fran, you mentioned something about trading with peace, like stressful trading. And I said, yeah, trading is as stressful as it can be anyway. So you need to de-stress the whole environment and wait for your trade setups to hit and then enter the trade. It's that simple. So when you combine the focus of, say, Stoicism and the control of whatever faith that is and the bigger picture, remarkable things will start to happen. You'll stop chasing, you'll stop fearing, you'll have more gratitude. Your trading will be at peace and it will be stress-free. It'll just be stress-free. And knowing that, it brings us success. You're not trying to predict the market, okay? You're just trying to master yourself. And if you master yourself, eventually you're going to probably master most of the market, all right? So this video is a little bit different from what I normally do. As you know, I like to then bring a different message out for my day-to-day life, etc., and things like that. So if you like these videos, make sure you hit the like and subscribe and do all those things. And if you want to work with me on that level to really take yourself to obviously getting funded within 12 weeks and then take yourself to the next level so you've got a bulletproof mindset, there is a link below and you can just book a call with me. There is some questions to qualify people because that's not for everybody. And obviously our high quality of kind of service that we work with people, we want you to be exactly the same. So as always, God bless each and every one of you. I hope you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.